All right, Kim Baker here with the Victim Survivor Conqueror Ministry. I'll get it out here in just a minute. All right, I got volume. Sorry about that. Just double checking my audio. Okay. All right. First off, I want to apologize for last week. I'm really sorry about the difficulties that I had with no audio. Okay. So tonight we're back talking about narcissism, and we're going to look at the 13 traits of a narcissist. Okay, all right. And before I get into that, a couple quick announcements. Okay, down in the bottom left hand corner of the screen, vscministry.com. That is our website. You can go to our website and go to study materials, and you can download this study or any other of the other 9 studies that we do. Okay. Also, up in the upper left hand corner of your screen, where it says donate, there's a QR code right there. Okay. If you would, if you could help us out in any way, any amount, I know that finances are tough for everybody. But we are a nonprofit and we do depend upon donations to be able to do this on Tuesday night and then also to be able to do our in-person class on Thursday nights. Okay. All right. So let's get into tonight's topic here. Okay. And abuse. What in the world is going on? Okay, hopefully it worked. Showed I lost connection for some reason. All right, 13 traits of a narcissist. Okay. Oh, what do the clinical signs of narcissism look like? Okay, because here's the thing that we need to understand about narcissism. Okay, that it just because you exhibit some of these traits does not mean that you are a true narcissist. Okay. And this is one of the things that when I started looking at doing this class, this study, was that it just seemed like the word narcissist was everywhere I looked. And I just kept hearing it over and over and over. And so I wanted to see, okay, is it legitimate? Okay. I'm not saying that narcissism is not legitimate, but the labeling of people, okay? And what I've come to find out, and what you're going to find out, is that there are to be clinically designated as a narcissist, you must meet at least 5 of these traits. Okay, so let's get into them and let's look at them. There we go. Slide wasn't working there. Okay. And yes, we all have this idea of what we think that narcissism looks like or what a narcissist looks like. Okay. But the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, they list 9 different traits that are clinically significant in determining whether or not that you're dealing with a narcissist Or are you just dealing with somebody that has a supersized ego? Okay. And is it more than self confidence? Okay. Because there are, you know, there's professions that, uh, that you need to succeed. You got to have a pretty supersized ego. Okay. Doctors, lawyers, salesmen, it takes, a good salesman has an ego. Okay. There's no doubt about it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they are a narcissist. Okay. The Word of God says this: if I testify about myself, then my testimony is not true. That is John chapter 5, verse 31. Okay. And that's the thing about a true narcissist. A narcissist testifies about themselves. Okay. That's what it's all about. It's all about them. Everything is. Okay. Okay. Uh, and then here in Romans chapter 2, verse 8, but for those who are self seeking and who reject truth and follow evil, there will be wrath and anger. Okay? So if you know somebody that is a narcissist, you can look and they are probably they're going to be self seeking. They will be following evil. And their wake, you're going to be having wrath and anger. Okay, and we'll just segue. That's a good segue right there. Talking about anger. This Thursday night, 7 p.m. at a Manhattan Raw at 3319 North Golden Avenue in Odessa, Texas. We'll be starting our anger study and support group. Okay? But moving on with this narcissism, okay? You have to exhibit at least 5 different traits to be NPD or narcissistic personality disorder. Okay, so you gotta exhibit at least 5 of them. Okay, Grandos, Grandos, Grand, Ose, sense. It's a sense of self importance. Okay, and I know I probably did not pronounce that right, so I apologize for that. This is something I was not familiar with this term before putting together this study. Okay, but this is where you have a belief that your contribution and your presence are essential to the happiness and success of not you, but others. Okay? That what I contribute in my presence, me being in your presence, uh, adds to the happiness and success of your life. Wow. That is just, that's kind of mind blowing, isn't it? It is to me. I don't know about you. Okay. Now, here is the mentality of the narcissist. The project would have tanked if I hadn't have been on that team. If it weren't for me, who knows where my spouse would have ended up. Ooh, can we say conceited? Can we say conceited? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Then there's preoccupation. They're preoccupied, okay, with fantasies. Okay. All right. Let's just if I said that a narcissist was preoccupied with fantasies and you couldn't read anything else, what would be your first response? Yeah, just like what mine was when I first read it. Okay, we contribute the word fantasies to the sexual. Okay, but no, that's not a narcissist. A narcissist fantasizes about its success, power, brilliance, beauty, or even the ideal love. Okay? If you want to join, you can. Okay? Just send a request out. If you want to join on video, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. Okay? But let's move on now. Okay? This right here describes the belief that they are capable of exceptionally high levels of achievement. In other words, okay, in a narcissist, in the reality, in the norm thinking of a narcissist, is that your capability of achievement may be right here, but theirs is way up here. Okay? They believe that they can achieve way above what you can achieve. Okay? And that is even when your skills and abilities provide no evidence of this possible. Okay? They're actually, their skills, their ability really may not prove that to be true, but that's what they believe. Okay? Here's another warped sense of thinking by the narcissist. If I get this job, I'll soon be writing my own paycheck and running the company. Mr. Narcissist, the only way you're going to be really writing your own paycheck is if you are running your own company. Okay? And then I'll ace the LSAT. Okay, I assume that is for the SAT for the law school, and get a free ride to Yale Law School. You just wait and see. I'll be there. Yeah, that's a pretty good size ego right there, isn't it? Okay. Don't know how many people get a free ride to Yale. They have this belief that they are special, they're unique, and they can only be understood by especially high status people or institutions. Okay? This resembles the I want to talk to the manager. Okay? Now, have you ever said that? Have you ever said, hey, I want to talk to the manager? Maybe, and probably so. A lot of us has probably been in situations where we felt like that, but that was warranted. Okay? But here's the mindset of a narcissist. They firmly believe that no matter what has taken place, that they deserve and they have the right to only deal with the very top level person in any institution. Okay? That's the way they believe. They have convinced themselves of this fact. Okay? It's not fact, but to them, it is fact. They try to insert themselves in cliques, meetings, or groups, even if they're really not wanted in that group. Okay? Yes, the director and I go way back. We're good friends, and I know she'll be eager to hear my perspectives. Okay? Are you seeing a pattern here? Okay? Yeah, there's a definite pattern. Me. Okay? It's constant. Okay? You need to be aware of the words that people use. And by doing so, you can help steer yourself away from people that may have a narcissistic personality by listening to the words. Okay? But don't rely just on words alone. Look at actions. Okay? Words and actions, there's no getting around the truth there. Okay? I'll be speaking to the CEO to set up the meeting to talk about our new directors. And I'll let them know what my thoughts are on the matter. Again, key word, okay? They have an excessive need for admiration. Okay? They want to be admired for what they consider their capabilities, okay? Narcissists, they really don't care about a compliment or a pat on the back, okay? What they want to be admired for their appearance, their accomplishments, their skills, and their existence. Okay? Admiration from others is what feeds a true narcissist. Okay? That's what feeds them. Isn't it amazing how this color of this shirt sits off my eyes? Okay? Here's another thing to be on the lookout if you're entering into a relationship. Okay? Boasting. We shouldn't have to boast about what we do. Now, is it wrong to have pride in what we do and what we accomplish? Absolutely no. Nothing wrong with that. Okay? But when you get into boasting, because I tell you what, a few years ago I was working for a company and I was doing the hiring. Okay? And I'm going to tell you something. Somebody come in boasting about what they can do. Oh, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I'm this. I can do this. I can do that. Nah, I don't need you. I'm not hiring that person. Okay? But yeah, boasting. Pay close attention if somebody boasting all the time. Okay? That should be an indicator that, hey, maybe you might want to take a step back on this. Okay. Word of God says, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but rather in humility value others above yourselves. Of Philippians chapter 2, verse 3 out of the NIV. Okay? Right here. Right here. Okay? If they are going against God's word, we need to be aware that maybe we need to steer clear. Oh yeah, but Kim, man, you just don't know how good looking he is. Okay. Or you don't know how good looking she is. Okay. They're good looking. Okay. But it may not be the best relationship to be in. Okay. That's all I'm saying. We have to take accountability for ourselves. Okay. I'm not saying that if you don't recognize it and you get into this relationship that it's not wrong. It is wrong. It's absolutely wrong to treat somebody this way. Okay. But before we get to that point, we need to open our eyes and open our heart. In this self-confident boasting, I am not talking as the Lord would, but as a fool. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 17. Okay? If you're self-boasting, you're not talking, you're not acting the way that the Lord Jesus Christ acted. Okay? He didn't boast. I mean, he was honest. He was up front. Hey, yeah. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father. If you know me, you know the Father. Okay? But one that goes around in self-boasting is a fool. That's exactly what the verse says right there. You're a fool. Hey? Narcissists have a sense of entitlement. Okay? Narcissists believe that success takes hard work, but only for others, not for them. Okay? What they believe is that it's going to take hard work for you to succeed. Not me. I'm just, I can do whatever and I'll be very successful. Okay? That's what they think. Okay? They totally believe that they deserve the best tickets at concerts, that they ought to be the top scorer on a basketball team or whatever, that they deserve the nicest room. Like, go to a hotel, I deserve the nicest room here. Okay, can you give me the nicest room? Or, I want the best seat in the house. Okay, that's what they expect. They expect it. And here's the thing about narcissists is that they don't even have to verbalize this belief as their behavior and actions, because their behavior and their actions clearly will communicate their sense of entitlement. Okay? That's the reason why we've got to open our ears. Yeah, do we need to look? Yeah, we need to look. But we need to look past that he or she is very good looking. What else is there? Okay? They have an interpersonally exploitative behavior. Okay? Narcissist looks will look at you and they view you as a tool. You're a tool for me to accomplish something. Okay. They lack self awareness. Uh, because of their needs and their desires. Okay? Here's what a narcissist will say: get out of my way. Do me a favor and give up your place in line for me. I deserve to be in front. Yeah, you probably need to go to the back. Okay? Whatever they ask, it's in their own selfish interest, and they have no guilt. They do not feel guilty. They don't feel guilt for you sacrificing for them. Okay? All right, now here's a big one for narcissists: lack of empathy. Okay? This is the cold inability to accurately recognize how other people feel. This speaks to the narcissist's lack of emotional awareness or depth. Okay? But here's the key: it's not always that narcissists don't care about others' feelings, they're just not aware. They're not aware of them, and they don't even believe that those feelings are real because they look at it as, well, okay, I don't really care, so why should you care? Okay? That's their attitude. Envy. They're envious. Okay? This describes the narcissist's constant comparison of themselves to others, wishing for themselves the success others experience, and the false belief that everyone else is envious of them. Okay? That's how they keep their egos intact. Being perceived as normal or subpar would crush their ego. A narcissist might say, everyone notices me when I walk in the room. They know that they'll never be as successful as I am. That is the narcissist attitude right there. Okay? They demonstrate arrogant and haughty behaviors or attitude. Arrogance and conceit are traits that are often noticed first in narcissists. Okay? If you notice this type of behavior, your antennas ought to go straight up and say, there might be. Let's see here. Got a comment, but I can't see it right now, so sorry about that. Bible says they scoff and they speak with malice, with arrogance. They threaten oppression. Psalms chapter 38, verse 8. Okay? But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Matthew chapter 5, verse 44. Okay? Narcissists cannot do this. I guarantee you, a true narcissist will not be able to pray or love someone else. This is evidence of disrespect for the positions or rights of others and the narcissist's willingness to demand and expect that you will bend to their will. Okay? Just like exploitative behavior, this behavior can be easily noticed without the narcissist having to say a word. They'll break in lines. They'll use patronizing tones. They'll act as if they have every right to take away what is rightfully someone else's. They believe that they have the right to take your rights away. That's what a narcissist is. That's what a narcissist does. In addition to the currently referenced 9 symptoms of an alternative model of diagnosing personality disorders such as MPD, okay, the DSM-V is a model for characterizing 4 specific areas of functioning in which personal disorders are most likely to be located. Okay, that's a little bit deep. Let's look at these. Okay. Among these 4, an individual who has moderate or greater impairment in these areas would be considered to be evidencing having a personality disorder. Okay, I'll get it out in a minute. Okay, identity. Okay, identity means everything for the narcissist. For the narcissist, this excessive focus on others to support their self-definition and to maintain their own self-esteem, as well as overly estimated self-appraisal of their self. Okay. So what a narcissist in reality will do, they judge your identity by one set of standards, but they judge themselves by a totally different set of standards. And most of those standards is what they have made up in their head. That this is what it should be. This is the way you should do. For narcissists, it's not what's inside that matters. It's what outside, okay, outside of the relationship, outside of marriage, perceive when they look at the narcissist. That's what shapes their identity. Okay? They don't care if you look and see if, are they giving? Are they forgiving? No. They're worried about the perceived looks. Okay? And when I say looks, I mean what people perceive them to be. That when someone looks at them and we all have this thing that goes on inside of us that when we meet somebody, especially for the first time, we start processing. Okay, we start looking. Okay, and we have a perception of what that person maybe might be, how they might act, whatever. Okay, and that is all that the narcissist is worried about. They're worried about perception. They're not worried about reality. Okay? Self-direction. Narcissists, they tend to keep their eyes on the prize that they feel others would not keep their eyes on that prize. Okay. So yes, we get back to the narcissist is it's ego driven. Okay. They're driven by the desire to prove, they want to prove that they're superior than you or the next person or the person next to them. Again, empathy. Okay. If you're in a relation, if you're getting into a relationship with somebody, this is one area that you really need to pay attention to. Okay. Because it will give you a very good clue on where they're at and if you ought to be involved in them. And that is, do they have empathy for people? Do they have empathy for people that are hurting? Okay? This area of function is what allows humans to connect with and understand the plights of others. Unfortunately, narcissists only reference the reactions or actions of others as they relate to the narcissist's own behavior. Okay? So, narcissist is reading others. Okay? Their readings are completely out of focus. As a narcissist is not able to accurately assess their effects on others. Okay? They can't look and say, okay, man, you know what? I may be having a negative effect on this person, or I might this, or I might that. No, they don't have that. Okay? They may attend to someone's express. You may say, "Hey, I'm sad." Okay, but what they're doing is they're going to, uh, they may for temporarily, they may want to talk to you and add, well, what are you sad about? Is there anything I could do or whatever? Okay. But their goal is to get something in return. Okay. And we know what we're talking about here. Okay. Then intimacy. Okay. This is where the narcissist's true nature and shortcomings often hurt others the most. Narcissists are unable to forge or maintain more than a superficial relationship. They don't have the emotional capacity to relate in an authentic, intimate way. Again, every relationship is seen as a tool. Okay? I'll give you a little bit here, but I want something in return. I want you to feed my ego. Word of God says, for it is, do this, do that, a rule for this, a rule for that, a little here, a little there. Isaiah 28, verse 10. Okay. Does that not speak to narcissists? Absolutely it does. If you're concerned that someone you care about has less interest in you than they do in themselves, but won't let go, step back, look objectively at the traits that serve as markers of NPD or narcissistic personality disorder. Not everyone who focuses on their own success or struggles developing authentic, intimate relationships is a narcissist. Okay? Keep that in mind. Just because they exhibit these traits does not necessarily mean that they are. It is up to a clinical professional to diagnose the disorder. Okay. Now, I know very well, most of them will not go to somebody for help. Okay. But what if you think, well, wait a minute, could I be a narcissist? Okay. Then you may want to seek help from a counselor on your own. Or even if you are in that relationship and they won't go get help, maybe you need to see a counselor. Okay? There's nothing wrong with seeing a counselor. Nothing. Okay? Because they do. They have the skills that be able to help you to figure out, what you need most from a partner or from a relationship. All right. Gonna stop right there for tonight. We'll pick up back next week here with uh pathological lying. Okay. Because they are pathological liars. Okay. They definitely are. Sorry about that. Get back over here. All right. But anyway, where? There we go. I'm trying to get out of. Oh, every time there we go. I hope it comes back. But anyway, thank you for tuning in tonight. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, hit the icon, and hit the bell. On Facebook, please like our page. Okay, we appreciate it very much. VSCministry.com down bottom left hand corner. That is our website. You can go to our website, download this study or any of the other 9 studies that we do. Also, again, we are a nonprofit organization. I do depend upon donations to keep the ministry going, to do the Tuesday night online, and hopefully I've got all the bugs worked out again. And then the Thursday night in-person class, that is in Odessa, Texas, every Thursday night at 7. But up in the left-hand corner, all you got to do is take your camera and scan the QR code. It will take you to our secure PayPal account, and any donation will be appreciated. Okay, Thursday night, 7 p.m. at Amat Hatarah at 3319 North Goder Avenue in Odessa. We're going to be starting our anger, okay? And I'm planning on recording Thursday night, and then I will pick a time and a date to air that on here. So if you're not local, then you could be able to see it. Okay. And so this Thursday night we'll be starting Anger, the Fire Within. Okay. That's the name of the study. I will be giving away a brand new Matthew West signed book this Thursday night at 7 p.m. For everybody that comes in person. So be there. We'll be looking forward to it. And God bless. And we'll see you next Tuesday night. Okay? Have a great rest of your week.